Well, good morning all my beautiful friends out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the Hewitt Homestead. Today we are gonna save some money. Yes sir, ladies and gentlemen, that's right, I'm gonna save you some money today, because today I'm gonna show you how to do one simple thing. This is one simple thing that any of you, if you've ever owned any two-stroke equipment in your life, this has gone out on you. And you've thought to yourself, should I buy a new one or should I replace this piece? And I do believe most people usually just pitch the old piece of equipment to the side and purchase a new one, because most of these little two-stroke engines, string trimmers, edgers, things like that, they only cost about $150 to $200. And usually it's 2 or 3 or 4 years before this little piece goes out, and you're thinking to yourself, I probably got my money's worth. I'll just pitch this one and get a brand new one. And so you spend $200. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to save you $200. Well, I'm going to save you about $190 because the replacement part is about $10. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, as you remember, this is my 4-stroke Troy-Bilt weed eater. I can change the head attachment on it, and I've got the tiller head on there right now, but I've also got the string trimmer attachment. But after I got done using this the other day, and if you saw my video a couple of videos back, you saw me using this thing out there in the garden, and it is amazing. I'm so happy with it. Check this out, guys. See this primer bulb right here? It's cracked. So those primer bulbs, they get dried out, right? And you got to punch on them 5 or 6 times to get the gas circulating through the carburetor before you can crank it up. And those little suckers get a crack in them, and they no longer form a suction, and they no longer work. And you can't get this thing cranked for nothing. But most of the time on these little 2-strokes or these little smaller 4-strokes like this, it's either that this sat so long the carburetors got gummed up, or your fuel lines are deteriorating, dry rotting, or that little bulb, that little primer bulb's deteriorating, dry rotting. So today I'm going to change out that primer bulb. I got a little kit from Home Depot. It's got fuel lines and primer bulbs in it. Now, I just changed out the fuel lines on this thing last year, but I didn't change out that primer bulb. And here we are again, working on it again. So my advice to you, if your equipment's 4 or 5 years old, get you a set of this, change out your fuel lines, change out your primer bulb, change it all out. This even has a little fuel filter right there. Got that fuel filter right there, change it all out. Just do the whole thing. Break it down once, change it out, you'll be good for another 2 or 3 years. All right, let's get to work. Taking the air filter cover off here, kind of opens this up a little bit, and it looks like I'm going to be able to, without taking the carburetor and everything off, if I can just pop out these 4 screws that go on the outside shroud of this primer bulb, I can get that primer bulb swapped out and put back together without taking everything off. Okay, well that's good. I got lucky, nothing came apart. Alright. I got some pieces that I don't want to lose here. Be very careful. I'll let that lie. Only thing that's falling out are these screws, and that's fine. Now, I don't want to lose this little piece of rubber or this little metal diaphragm. Lift that up, take that off, set it down. Pop this little primer bulb out here. It looks like that one's going to be a perfect fit. All right, I got my new primer bulb. I'm gonna put it through that little metal shroud right there. Okay, just like that, guys, it has been 9 minutes and 30 seconds since I started filming. And that included me cutting open the package and stuff to get the stuff out. So in less than 10 minutes, you can change this primer bulb. Now, if you were doing all of the fuel lines and the fuel filter, you might spend 20 minutes here. But 20 minutes, $10, and your piece of equipment is going to be good as new. It's going to run for another 4 or 5 years before you have to, well, maybe 3, before you have to replace these lines and these primer bulbs again. But you know, you keep the right kind of gas and the right kind of oil in there, and you keep changing out these fuel lines and these primer bulbs, and that piece of equipment's going to last you forever. Now, let's see if this thing will crank. That's nice. Guys, I cannot explain to you enough how much I really like that that little tiller. The thing just don't quit. It's got plenty of torque. It's cutting through some roots. It's cutting through some old grass, and it's making the turning of this bed so easy. I'm looking forward to doing some more. But I can't. I must refrain. Yesterday, I started my last semester. I've got 8 more weeks of college classes. I'm doing 3 classes during this semester, during this 8-week semester. And I am going to be busy. There's a lot of writing to be done. The vlogs will not be consistent, and they may be like 1 a week or less. I hope to at least keep coming back to see you guys once a week, because if I don't, I miss you guys. And I get jonesing for some community, some homestead community. So that's gonna be it for today, you guys from the Hewitt Homestead. We've got some food popping up we're super excited about. I gave you a little tip on how you can continue to maintain your equipment. It is not as hard as you think. Even you can do it.